Slot 1. Oh, that's creepy already. Kind of looks like a merman thing. Oh, that's a loading screen. By the way, guys, I'm not playing this on an SSD. I probably should, but I have a pretty small SSD in my computer. I have a very large standard hard drive. It's like 6 terabytes. That Gamer Malik, thank you so much for the cheers. I really appreciate it. How are you doing today? Let's see. That is so cool, John. Thanks for putting in the time to let us do this. Of course. I think it's a really cool interactive thing, and it's another fun way to get people to use the tokens they've built up for all this time.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord.
Pretty.
You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Hardin, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave.
Hold E to
I'll be a
zoom.
proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean.
Okay, let me see if I can
Aside
tap
from you.
out. There we go. Hopefully it paused the game. Let me turn it up just a wee bit. There we go. Let's go. Here's to a great stream and a great chat. Dr. Dynastic, thank you so much. See, this is a good time to show all of our little characters because you get to see them all dance. That's exactly why I need this quick little button to do that in the middle of the stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. I like it. And I want to be able to add some new characters to it too, but I'm going to try to make sure they all kind of at least are around the same size or so. You know, I don't want like huge characters taking up half the stream. I've heard warnings online that some of them do that. Okay, so let me know how this sounds.
So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, what did you call this village? Gravewick?
Oh, I get to choose.
Gravewick?
Edward knows in his heart that his sister is here, though it's been months since he last heard from Elizabeth.
She's there.
How can you know for sure?
She's my sister.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear?
Is this his daughter?
Edward. We will find her.
I don't think so.
Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way.
I think the game will tell us.
Everything will be Jake, old fruit.
Jake, old fruit? I like how they talk.
Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful.
Pretty.
And beautiful. And so desolate. Like a place built for ghosts.
Brought a suitcase. Gonna stay here for a while.
I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about
Tajay,
you take over, Alice?
maybe not giant, but special ones
Slay me,
for sure.
Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Silly John and his ghost can. Oh, a LaCroix. I'm like, what are you talking about? Ooh, I love that. It's see-through, but you can't see me through it. It's interesting.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people do.
Hardy
Ouch.
har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
This is a pretty game. I think it said shift was run, but
Where's the farm?
that doesn't seem to do anything.
I believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at
There.
the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet
and-
you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk's tail.
Keep her close.
Wait. The ground's muddy. It's easy to slip and fall. Walk slowly and watch out for...
Don't be a wet blanket. A little mud never hurt anyone.
Fine. Just stay close.
As long as you keep up with me.
And she's gone. So this is probably where it tells me how to run, I'm guessing. Or no, we just are going to read.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Trouble to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. Hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October.
October?
Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains?
I like the voice actor for this guy. So that's our sister.
Also sprach Zarathustra.
What language is that, anybody?
I'm almost there.
On my way.
So part of me thinks
Step to it, teddy bear.
explore everything, you know? But
Path and you'll find me.
I don't think this is a game where you necessarily need to pick up a lot of items. German. Oh, cool. I should know that. I'm mostly German, but I don't know anything about it.
Lissy?
I'm up at the farm.
That's cool. We have sonar. Actually, that reminds me of Last of Us. It did something very similar. You could tell where, like, clickers were, I think. Different things with, like, a special ability. You basically had a spider sense, like Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't think we can go in any of these buildings.
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm by the farmhouse.
Bam. Or like Bullet, that's right. Our good pup from Blair Witch. Well, the music's nice too. So, as I was reading about the game a little bit, this is from the same people that developed some of the Dreamfall games, which are kind of like point-and-click adventure games, and I've heard really good things about those. Maybe a future stream. Now there's something on that rock. What do we have here? Rest. This guy can't make it up the hill. Take a break. Take a load off.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up. Storm's getting closer.
Alright, come on, old man. You can do this. This is a neat idea for a credit scene, you know? And you're getting ready. Sorry, I missed that, Malik. You're getting ready for work? So, what time zone are you in? Do you work a night shift? Our buddy Weasel, he's usually working around these kind of times. Nope, no rest. Keep on going. You can do it. Even these names might be German, I'm not sure. Some of the developers. Maybe not Simon. Okay. Who was our resident flag expert? What flag is that? I remember when we were playing Observation, that creepy space game, somebody knew all the flags. That's Norway. Do we know anybody from Norway? I see Weasels. Off till Thursday, but you are right. 100% a night owl because of my job. It's great because as I'm going to bed, I always get to catch your streams, Weasel, and hang out for a bit. Okay, see, none of these places look like you can really go in the doors. I'm just going to go straight ahead. My gamer instinct
What
says,
took you so long?
look at everything
I'm not
else.
17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast.
Oh, yeah.
Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone?
I would say inside. Weather's getting
This
worse.
is starting to
Edward
creep
thinks
me
it wouldn't
out.
surprise him if the villagers had sought shelter.
Perhaps everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
That's kind of interesting. You get to actually look at the reasoning behind each choice before he says it. It doesn't tell you what he says, it's just kind of the reasoning. Also, Sprach Zantostra is a psychological novel written by... Oh, is that the same guy that wrote and directed this?
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
The American.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Oh, did anybody notice the year that this takes place? I remember there was like a 1923 mode, so I'm guessing that's when it takes place. Let's see, that was what Edward said before. Also, oh, to explain what it said. Okay, yeah, that's what he said when he first got on the island.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
Real quick, let's see what
House
that
is
mode
as empty as
does.
a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
Why?
I'm a guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor.
So, I want to see what that 1920s mode does. My guess is black and white. Let's see what it is. Okay, it puts like the film grain on it. Oh, it is black and white too. Interesting. I don't think I want to play the whole game like that, but it's kind of cool they have the option. Now we know. With the old-timey filter. I kind of like the old-timey filter. It makes me think of... You guys ever watch Grindhouse? That Tarantino... I can't think of the director. Rodriguez film? They had film grain kind of like that.
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
Is
People
there?
are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust.
I can't seem to click on it. It looks like I should be able to click on it, huh?
Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
Oh. Might have done that too quickly. There we go. The
It's on the tip
Fretlings.
of my tongue.
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd picture.
Don't call me Johann.
They're very presentable. Not at all like
I don't have an
turnip
H in my name.
farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything?
All right,
It's
Johann.
1923, Teddy old boy. Women can vote.
Press F when Lizzie is nearby to talk. Okay.
Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a
They're
stick up
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann. I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously. Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? It must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you.
She's kind of cool. She reminds me of a character from like, what is that game we played? Life is Strange. She has that sass attitude.
I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you.
Man, she's always talking shit, isn't she? Maybe we're supposed to... Oh, there's a church.
There's the Stave Church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there.
The sassier they are, the more favorite they become.
Where do you think they've gone?
No doubt. That's
The
why we
Fretlands.
like
The Fretlands,
Joey
the
and
Hansons,
Eli.
the Jensens, all of them.
I'm sure they'll be back soon.
It's like a dead land. As though its soul has departed.
You can see the whole village from up here.
Do you want to go sightseeing?
Tomorrow. It's getting late, and the rain's not abating.
Are we just going to crash in this house without any hosts?
It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter.
Oh, the sass is strong with this one. There's so many things to look at.
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English
I was
isn't as...
only joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill.
What are you insinuating? They tried to burn a book?
What are you looking at there?
A book.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
You guys ever
Cover's charred.
burned a book because you hated it?
Christmas 1922. To Ruth. From Simon.
So that's German, I'm
Why would
guessing.
someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddylanders?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
Could I not read any farther? Let me try it again. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. Can't talk. I don't think so.
Did you hear something?
No.
Must be the wind under the door. Or the churning sea.
Just
Or the
dancing.
interminable rain. Or flesh-eating ghouls waiting to pounce.
Alice, honestly.
You're the one who reads Poe to me. Don't blame me for having an active imagination.
Oh, there's another picture over here. This is with the church.
Wait, is that... Are they... Who's... They're all twins.
That's
All
weird.
of them.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward. Two of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
That's
May
weird.
26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year.
I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think of people marrying, like if you were to marry a girl and they had a sister and they married your brother or vice versa? Like that's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Greuven, the mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Olesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago.
Where is she? Doctor. Very Game of Thrones. There's a lot of incest in that one. Although it's not technically incest, I just think it's more awkward because now all of a sudden, if you were to break up with your wife, you know, you have a divorce, now all of a sudden their family is still connected. That makes things awkward. Actually, you're right. That is weird. You might mistake them as each other. What if you end up greeting the wrong spouse? I always, you know, that has to happen with twins once in a while. You could really mess with somebody.
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
Well, that must have put a damper on their relationship.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19.
So the twins had another brother.
Operations were suspended after the accident. foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
It's on purpose. Okay, I think that's everything in here. We're a vampire. We have no... Oh, there's a reflection. Finn, what's going on, dude?
That's a grim sight.
Welcome to the stream. This is when I bring all the avatars back. Sorry about the extreme close-up of this creepy face right now. How the heck are you doing? How did the rest of Dead Space go? Did you wrap up the game, or are you still working on it? Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Let me change scenes here real quick. Actually, this scene, I have creepy music on right now. Which is funny. This is not a creepy scene at all. I just have creepy background music because October. We've been playing creepy games all month. But welcome, Finn. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me give you a quick shout out. Things are going good. We actually just got started like 40, 50 minutes ago. So if you guys have not already followed Finn, I'm constantly... I actually have him in my automatic... What do you call it? Hosting, so you probably see him hosted on the channel, but he was playing Dead Space 2 today, and he often plays a wide variety of games, a lot of RPGs, so if you like Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, things like that, you can always find him doing those kind of games. So thank you so much for the raid, dude. And welcome, Cookie Monster. It's good to see you again. He looks like a deranged Harry Potter. See that, Cookie? Let's see. Funny story. I have two cousins who are brothers, Ben and Anthony. Not at all twins. Anthony left the room one Christmas Eve, and we were having dinner, and Ben put on Anthony's sweater. Anthony's girlfriend, Arlen, not paying attention, leaned into who she thought was her boyfriend and started playing with his hair, only realizing it and then shoving Ben away from her and shouting at him, not aggressively. She thought it was funny too. My family was dying. See, same thing, but not twins, just the clothes alone. I mean, honestly, sometimes I can pick someone out of a crowd based on how they're dressed, more than like from the back, you know, more than their hair or something like that. That's funny. So you're not done with it. Continuing next Sunday. Nice. Of course, Finn. Anytime, man. So as you can see, we just implemented something new here. Everybody in chat, if you're following or subscribed, gets a little character right here. And you can do all kinds of actions. You can customize them. You can purchase little weapons and hats and things like that. And they can also do actions. You can fight with each other. You can wave. You can hug. All kinds of stuff. Even Ben's girlfriend, now wife, thought it was funny. Nice. Yeah, so this is something called stream avatars, little customizable things you can have in your stream. And there's so many options you can do. You should check it out, Finn. It's pretty cool. Back to the right scene here. There we go. I totally redid my whole, whatchamacallit. Oh, see, now when you get a hug like this, I'm trying to watch to see which one is going. Oh, I see it. It's actually right behind the chat you're hugging me, Janie. That's how that works. But yeah, neat little system. I like it. First stream we've ever used it, so I'm still kind of figuring everything out.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
And you look like Harry Potter.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous.
Oh, hello.
Betty.
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever.
That's weird.
It's not like you pay any attention to me when
Agreed
Betty's around.
silhouettes.
I might just as well be a ghost.
So check this out. It's very subtle, but you see how clear the dummy looks? If I look over just a little bit to the left, check it out. The focus changes. Now the dummy is kind of blurred out. Very subtle, but that's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, look, I'm 100. You're 100? What do you mean? You're 100 what? Or did I miss something?
Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her
Oh,
perfume.
100 bits. I gotcha.
Shalimar.
But what if that's not?
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you.
Uh-oh.
Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
That's not good.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
Yeah, Doc, I thought that you get a badge with 100, but I'm seeing you have
That's
a...
an order from your commander.
You have
Yes.
a present next to your name.
Fine.
That was interesting. Why did we start getting lightheaded? Yeah, usually when you
What are you doing?
get a bit
Come
badge,
sit down.
I have some custom ones that should appear, but I don't see it on my screen yet. I wonder if it takes a while for
You'll
it
feel
to
better
appear.
after a short rest. Come sit.
I just need to catch my
I
breath.
feel naked without it.
Just for a moment.
You got the
I want you to
controller
lie down.
and the present,
Lie
though.
down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the fret...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
Oh, he's just hard to cover ball.
I'm just going to...
Thank you for the lurk, Finn. I really appreciate it. Hope your dogs are okay. No, where are my dogs? I don't have any dogs in here with me. I should call a dog.
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Where'd she go? That dummy better not move.
Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here?
There's a Jessie. Speaking of dogs, hi, little girl. We haven't seen a puppy on stream in too long, Jessie. One should always have a dog nearby. Agreed, Pluto. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Oh, Jessie, you're getting all the loves. Oh, now she wants back up. Come here. Be on my lap. It's like, you called me all the way over here. You better let me on your lap. Okay, where did Lizzie go?
Lissy?
Or Lissy. Sorry, not Lizzie.
Hello?
Oh,
Hey, who's there? Betty? Elizabeth? Wait!
that was a creepy shadow.
Lissy! Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you in here, Lissy?
I didn't think this game was going to be creepy, to be honest. From the trailer I watched, anyway. You gonna check upstairs?
Lissy! Are you upstairs?
She's probably playing in the rain. Oh, nope. He's not gonna go upstairs.
Who's out there? Hello? Betty?
Oh, look how foggy it is.
Lissy?
Footsteps? Or what is this?
I'm not alone.
I guess that could be a footprint. Hey! Did the wind just close the door? Nothing to worry about, guys. Totally normal. It's not ominous music or anything.
I can hear you!
Spider sense is tingling. Oh, now I can run.
Betty? Alice!
Llama Cycle, how's it going? First timer here. I've never played this game.
Who goes there? Wait!
Oh, we can climb up here. Would you ever do a Nancy Drew game on stream? I'm not opposed to anything. We could totally do one at some point. It's a point and click game, right? You know I'm all about those. Oh, that's falling apart.
Someone there?
I vault over this. There we go. Oh, that light looks cool. Mystery type game, puzzles and such. Heck yeah, that'd be fun. Any particular one? Aren't there like a bunch of Nancy Drew games, or am I thinking of something else? I might even have one, I'm not sure. Oh, it's a goat.
Alice, where are you? Betty, is that you? Are you there, Betty?
I feel like we're in Silent Hill right now. Very foggy. Oh crap. He said to watch out in the mud.
Shit.
We lost our glasses. Let's see, there's quite a few on Steam. Which one's a good place to start?
Elizabeth, are you there?
Yeah, imagine those rolling graphics in VR. I'd be puking right now. No bueno. What is this? Is it a cage? That looks like a
The
hat or
boat,
something.
Edward! Where's our boat?
There she
Where is
is.
he?
What the heck? Oh, the redemption didn't go through? Uh-oh. I think... You know what? I think that was my bad. Hold on one sec. I think as I was testing stuff, I might have hid... Because when I was setting up these guys, I did a lot of tweaks to the stream. I think I might have accidentally hid a... whatchamacallit? The thing that does the sound effects on accident. So try it again, or try a different one when you get a chance. I think it'll work now. Oh, now I can't see what I'm choosing.
It stopped raining, and you were sleeping. So I went out.
What?
and
There it is.
Our boat, it's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know.
We're really
I
early.
thought I tied it securely, but...
Maybe an hour?
Did you see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty... It was Betty.
I think we're going
It
crazy.
was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea.
I didn't
really
see any
didn't
face.
see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark.
This is interesting.
Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself.
Whoops.
And then you really need to sleep.
Nate! How's it going, dude?
Exhausted. Come on.
Good to see you, man. You missed it. We have a cool new feature on the stream you'll see pretty soon here. We got to play around with it when we started the stream. Let's see, Nancy Drew's Secrets Can Kill and Secrets of the Scarlet Hand are the games I remember playing as a kid, both on Steam. It makes me feel old. When you say kid and Steam, those two don't match up for me anyway. I was like 22 when Steam came out. I guess it's still kind of a kid. Oh, that's right. Nate has played a lot of Nancy Drew games. What's your favorite? Blackmore Manor. We might have to do one on stream sometime.
I will find you again.
I think she will find us again. Oh, remastered for Steam. Okay. That makes more sense. It's like, I was an adult when Steam came out. I guess we already changed. That's a nice looking briefcase with your clothes on. Are those all colognes? Is that a salt and pepper shaker? Wait, what is this? Maybe I'm not familiar with this. Let's see, did you have to buy Steam avatars through Steam to put on your channel? I did, Doc, yeah. It's like, I think it was like 15 bucks or something. They might do sales from time to time, but honestly, not that bad. Once you download it, you want to follow the instructions. There's some settings you need to change to link it up with your bot and all that. And then you also want to use the Steam Workshop to download the graphics.
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
There she is. Wow, this looks so much different during the day. I'm not a follow the instructions kind of guy. Agreed. But whenever I have to start connecting things to bots on Twitch, I pay a little bit more attention.
I just about given up on you ever waking
Oh,
up.
that's pretty.
Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
What?
I'd just woken up. I was groggy and the mist was thick as pea soup. I don't know if I
Georgie.
saw what I thought I saw.
You were chasing a ghost?
Yeah, the
I
graphics are
didn't
great
get
in this
a good
game.
look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Oh, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
She looks
You say so,
irritated.
Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda.
I like that term.
Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
She can
Let's
never
uncover
wait for
your
us.
secrets, Grovik.
Oh, this is cool. We have a map. Oh, and those are the notes that we picked up. Okay. So they were talking about tea, but I'm going to probably use it for coffee. She calls it noodle juice. I just like that. You think it like helps your brain? Noodle juice. See, I usually get stuck a bit too, to be honest. I'm not great at puzzles. Are you talking about in the Nancy Drew games, Nate, or in this game? Or have you seen this game before, Nate? Yeah, the colors are fantastic in this game. It's October, so all the leaves are turning pretty colors. About Nancy Drew, okay. So I'm going to bring it up just for a second to show Nate, because he missed it, but check this out, Nate. During, like, intermission scenes and whatnot, we have all these cool little figurines that you guys have here that you guys can customize, do little actions on the stream, and kind of interact with each other. We're going to do some cool things with these. So I don't want them all the time while we're playing the game, because it's be a little distracting, depending on the game we're playing. But yeah, we'll turn them on when we take breaks, at the beginning, at the end of the stream, times like that. So I think she went all the way down here. So Nate, if you scroll down a little bit in the panels, there's one that says Stream Avatars. If you click on that in that area, you can change what color you are. You can add hats and weapons and all kinds of stuff. And each item costs 25 tokens, which you already have a crap ton, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Have you gone? It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Yeah, it actually uses the same tokens, Silhouette.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point. like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
So, oh, I do. I have to transfer yours over, Silhouette. I'll do it at the end of the stream, so you're able to modify it. I have 5 tokens. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, the 50 minutes you've been here. You get 1 token every 10 minutes. Be right back. Spending all my tokens on a cute avatar. So cool. Yeah, I'll definitely transfer yours over. I also never transferred over Andy's, which she very kindly reminded me today.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
Tea's okay. Prefer coffee, but tea's good.
No one home?
See, he's very polite. If we were Link in The Legend of Zelda, we would have opened the door, walked in, and continued to smash every piece of pottery in that home. This guy's like a normal person.
Hello?
Forrador? Forrader?
Who's there?
I think the wind closed it. What does that mean, forrader?
Hello? Anyone home?
Okay, this house he's gonna walk right into. Betty! Weapon Annie! How's it going? Thank you so much. Oh, and Whiffy! Holy cow, thank you so much for the cheers, Whiffy. So, of course, whenever this happens, I bring up all the avatars, and they all start dancing in unison as soon as that happens. Which, we need to have everybody celebrate. So, and let me know what you guys think about this. But for these guys, I set it up so you have to be either a follower or a subscriber and have chatted like in the last 10 minutes. And then you show up here. The reason I do that is I don't want to basically like bring out lurkers, because people that lurk, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to make their presence known. That way I don't just show all viewers here. And also if somebody's like AFK, I mostly want like just the active people in here. So people that have been chatting more recently, they appear here. Let's see, I'm gonna have to play this game myself. It's really pretty. And I heard it's pretty short too, Silhouettes. Like, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours. I see, I like those figures. It looks fun. Yeah, you guys can control them. You can jump. You can hug. You can drop bombs. You can do all kinds of stuff. Let's see, I lurk, but don't care about being seen. Hellos too. Hey, Jojo, thank you so much for hanging out. And that's the kind of thing. Yeah, like, I want to make sure that, well, now that you chatted, Jojo, if you're following, you're now going to show up for like 10 minutes, and then you'll disappear. But I know lurkers typically just want to like watch, relax, and they don't want interaction necessarily. So I like to let them do their thing and not bring them out to the forefront. I dropped a bomb. Oh, I wonder if I could do some and Scum1 805. Cheers. Thank you guys so much. And notice, Scum, you have forced everyone to dance. Dance for me, Scum1. They're all dancing just for your follow. Oh, and have you noticed that bit boss at the very top right of the screen? It disappears pretty quickly, but Therapy Android is still the boss, but she only has 60 more hit points. Another couple little things and it's going to destroy her, and the next person will be the bit boss. Let's see, does it work on mobile? You could do some things through chat, Cookie Monster. Let me send you a list of commands. I haven't had time to really play around with it, so I don't... Oh, I just saw a bomb go off. So I don't have a whole lot of... much more. Ooh, every once in a while you'll see a star floating by too. If you can jump up and grab it, you get 5 points. But yeah, if you type exclamation point avatar commands, Cookie Monster, it'll give you a link you can click on and see a bunch of different commands you can use. See, I didn't do anything. Holy cow, Scum. Thank you so much for the biddies. That's 300 biddies. And your cheer was large enough that 3 other people just got some new rewards. I think you got some special, what do you call them? Emotes. Yeah, like that one, Doc. Oh, that's cool, like a lightning sword. That's awesome. I actually got one in your channel yesterday, Doc. It was like a, some kind of like wand or like a staff. It was pretty cool. So I have to talk, huh? Yes, if you want to show up on the screen, you do have to talk. Okay, I think we're done dancing. I saw that. I was jelly. The easiest way to buy the stuff, though, is if you're on a desktop or like a laptop, because you can scroll down and there's a nice little interface where you can click on the items and choose what you want to buy. I'm so hooked on these avatars. They're pretty fun. Some games, I'll keep them on all the time. A story-based game like this, they're a little bit distracting, so we'll bring them out at certain times.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate. Lissy, found something here.
A pencil.
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The
That's
death
not
of the
good.
Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them.
All the kids died? What?
You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off. It was never sent.
The pencil has no eraser, and it bothers me. Because I make many mistakes. Where is Lizzie? Well, there she is, doing cartwheels. Oh, that's interesting. The right mouse button walks forward in this game. You could probably play quite a lot of this game one-handed. Okay, I think we looked at everything. Yeah. So that was ominous. All the children died, and that killed off the town.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Let's see, until you get to the combat. There's combat in this game? What are you talking about? What do you do with the other hand? Hold the dog? Of course, I pet Jessie, although she left my lap.
Rage.
I know who that is. Hi, Spider Monkey. So check this out. Oh, do I have it on there already? Oh, you know what? I redid... Oh, here we go. That should be it. I kind of redid my button layout, so I'm kind of learning where I put everything. Does that work? Oh, no, this goes full screen. There we go. Does that work? Oh, no, this goes full screen. There we go. The heck? Okay, I need to fix that. Whatever I did, totally jacked that up. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. I can see a camera right here now, too. What is going on here? What did I click on? Oh, you know what? I changed scenes. Okay. I need to fix that. I used to have it set up where I could press a button to bring up my phone in a little window. Apparently, I jacked that up. If my hand isn't busy, it's petting a dog. Hello, Gentile people. Hey, Spider. Good to see you, dude.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no.
You know we're just going to go in there. Peekaboo. No. Gonna be
Three
polite.
strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors.
That's what that means. Traitor.
And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
I want to know about Betty.
Where would Betty go if she was here right now?
I'm sure she'd go for soda pop. Do you think they'll have cola at the general store?
No.
Doubtful.
Boo.
Betty likes exploring new places. She'd have done the same here. And she'd have left some trace of where she'd gone. I just need to put myself in her mind. See this place through her eyes.
Well, it's a
See you
bright
soon,
and
Janie.
beautiful day. And we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3.
Can you guys do a
Just
handstand?
go on ahead. I'll catch up.
I think I tried them when I was a kid, but I don't think I've ever successfully done a handstand.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so?
See, we came
She's a
from
city
this
girl.
direction.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I
You
just
gonna
miss
come with
her.
me? I would break my neck too, Silhouettes. No doubt. Alright, I'm just gonna leave her, I guess. See ya. So, oh, we can't go this direction. Looked like there was an X. Oh no, it did work. Wonder why it had an X. So, are we gonna try to head to the church? Is that where we're going next? We saw the church out that window, and he mentioned wanting to check it out when the weather was better. There we go. Nothing creepy ever happens at churches. Famous last words.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Okay, that's a little foreboding. Why do you put all of the graves right in front of the church? So you have to walk by them every time you try to go in.
These graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
Oh.
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
Perhaps.
Are
How many graves are there?
not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a
Alright.
short period of time.
How? An accident?
That's the
A
tip.
mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
We have to check the church. Oh, they didn't dance for that. You know, these guys, maybe I need to do some other programming. I don't think they're set to dance for donations. Actually, Spider, I've never actually gotten a donation like that before. Everyone's always done bits or subscriptions. That was the first time anyone's ever used that donate link. But I'm glad the thing worked. That's good. I've never actually been able to test it. But thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Now I just have to fix it so that these guys do something. But since you guys did that, before we end the stream, I'll have to put some more of those stars out there so you guys can grab some more points. I was just wondering about it. Now we know.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissy.
Or
What
the
does that
ghosts
say?
from getting in?
I really wish I spoke German right now.
What does that say?
God is not here.
Well, that's creepy.
What does that say?
God is not here.
Can we just walk around it? I return. So we're in the church right now, Janie. This doesn't look like a fun place. There doesn't seem to be any other way in. Maybe in the back side? Doesn't look like he's going to try to pull any of the boards off.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air.
Nope, no entrance over
You go on
here.
ahead. I'll find you.
Let's check the other side real quick. No, nothing over here either. At first I thought that was sky. No, those are mountains. Okay. Okay, we've checked the town. We checked the church. What's next? So, what do we know so far? All the kids in the town died. They said this place was kind of like cursed. Said God is not here. Boarded up on the church door. Something bad happened here. You think it was a plague, maybe? Maybe everybody got sick and died? I would think I would need to go this way, because I've already been up the other way. Oh, there's like a, what is that? I can't think of the name of that. That turns the water. I assume most of the bodies are buried, but maybe some people left after so many people were dying. We can draw? Yeah, we still don't have quite enough clues. Oh, this is kind of cool. What is he drawing? The scenery? How long do I have to wait here? It is very relaxing, but it's time to go. Press J to view journal. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Nate. I really appreciate it, dude. Oh, so he just does a little sketch. I wonder if I waited longer if he would have filled more of it out. Maybe I'm just impatient, or maybe that's all it was. Oh, is this
How
the
about we don't go back to Hanover?
general
Stay
store?
here instead.
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
True. Hey, Jalapeno, good to see you. This game is gorgeous. The backshot wheel. Is that what they call it? The thing that's turning in the water?
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
And to you, thank you. Or pitchback. I don't know any of your weird terms. I'm so confused.
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon.
Oh, they mentioned that one of them died.
That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
Yeah, I think they said one of these kids died.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
It's like she's sassy, but she's old-timey, which makes it, like, even more adorable. Ah, there's a notice here. I am a weird term. Spider monkey? Oh yeah, kind of.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
What is she thinking? Get over it already.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
So,
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
there you go. So that's why they had a row here.
They must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather is bad,
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
yeah,
Sounds like a
all
good
right.
time to me.
I get
This
it.
village is basically Utah.
I said, all right.
Let's see how it my favorite person tonight, Robocadia. Robocadia is the man. Actually, if you look at these little stream avatars, Robocadia is in there too. Where is he? He's in the very bottom left corner. You can see him right now. He has the ban hammer because he's Robocadia. I saw me. Yes, everybody who's following or subscribed to the channel, and if you're an active chatter, like you've chatted in the last 10 minutes, you get a little avatar here. We're gonna bring him up for like certain games that aren't like story, focused, or during when we start the streams, when we take breaks, and at the end of the stream, we'll bust those guys out. Look at the skeleton. That was me. Or I was one of the skeletons anyway.
The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat, if it comes back. Bring it with us to
You mean
Hanover.
steal it?
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugens, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a good balance, Pepper. We'll kind of bring them out. I bring them out for celebrations, like when we get a follower or a subscriber or a big donation. When you bring them out, they all start dancing, which is fine. But for normal gameplay, kind of good to have them hidden. Unless we're playing a game where you're not really focused on atmosphere, like if we played Don't Starve or something, I don't think there's any problem having them out the whole time just to goof around. But a game like this, you definitely want to kind of give it your undivided attention.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors?
Applesauce.
I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Ooh, maybe
Can't
we'll
you
see
just
some in
bust
the
down the
window.
door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
Kick it open. Let's see. Got to go now. Lunchtime so far. This game is interesting, and I wish I could stay to watch the rest. Thank you for playing it, John. Have fun, everyone. See you, Fairweather. Thank you so much for dropping in. You'll have to catch the VOD to see how this game wraps up. I'm not sure if we're going to beat it tonight. It's a fairly short game, but I stream games fairly slowly, so we'll see how it goes. But if we don't beat it tonight, we'll definitely finish it early Thursday and then get right back into the creepiness with, what is it called? Man of Medan. We might even beat that Thursday because I don't have to work Friday, so we have a long stream. Let's see, yeah, I think you also picked a nicer one. I've seen one that allows big extravagant avatars that fill up 1/8 of the screen. That was one thing I want to do, Pepper. I heard that one was good, the one that we picked here, because these guys are very customizable. But they're also not huge, and I do plan to add other ones, but I'm going to make sure they're all roughly similar size, you know? We might have some premium ones that are a little bit bigger, but I don't want them, like, that big. That'd be ridiculous.
Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. Or maybe something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
So we definitely have to get in there. And heck yeah, we're focused on atmosphere, Spider Monkey. Depending on the game, of course. Oh, nothing back there. In other words, he doesn't want them attacking his face. Only at certain times. One thing that's kind of fun is I get to actually mess with them. Like, if I'm not in the game, I can actually click on them and drag them around and drop bombs on you guys and stuff. Kind of fun. Oh, I was hoping we can get in the side window. Alright. Time to break a window. No. Got this window. See, might have to do that if I ever try streaming, or try again. So what did you use to stream, Pepper? I am now equipped with a flintlock and cutlass. You have perfectly made your character, Spider. Now, if you guys are artistic, if you have any means of doing so, you guys can create art for these characters, and I can add them into the stream also. I can help you out with, like, size of how big the picture needs to be. It's usually a very small amount of pixels, but, yeah, we can add stuff. Let's see, you did pixel art for a very short bit. I'd put some music and stream it. Oh, that's right, because, Pepper, you posted some of your pixel art on the Discord. Speaking of which, if you guys need pixel art for these little characters right here, you might want to hit up Pepper. I heard he does commissions. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you do. But you could. Oh, don't tempt me. If you want some,
There's no damage to the
same.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
I would say what took the boat, probably
Not a
a
ghost.
mystery.
Must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A ghost?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
Actually, I totally made that up, Pepper. Do you actually do commissions? In which case, have I got some work for you? Oh, drawing time. Yeah, I love the style of this game. It's not super realistic, but it's also not too animated. It's a really nice in-between, you know? Yeah, like a painting. It's almost cel-shaded, like a minimal amount, so it has like a really neat color pop to everything. Let's see, I've done a few, but never in a professional setting. I want to at some point, though, when I really have consistent time. Oh, that'd be fun. Actually, a little bit of a spoiler, but I've been wanting to like kind of rebrand a lot of the stream stuff, and I'm actually looking, because John Cady, I think of like an arcade, I'm actually working with some pixel artists to do artwork for the channel, kind of like new logo, new starting soon screen, stuff like that. So excited to see how it turns out. I love pixel art. It's so cool. You know what? I bet there's an achievement for doing all these drawings. Oh, we didn't check out this building over here, did we? This is the mining company. Oh, it's all blocked off. Okay, so we checked the general store, the church, the town. What's next, guys? Yeah, we can't get in there. Oh, we're supposed to interact with this again? What's he gonna do? Oh, a lobster trap. I mean, that's still kind of a cage, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Hold on just one sec. You know what we're doing with that, guys. With everybody dancing down there. Therapy Android. Holy crap. Subscribed at tier 2 for 8 months. Thank you so much, Therapy Android. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. It's good to see you. So check this out, Therapy. We actually, oh, there's a star you guys can jump up and grab right now. Oh, you almost got it, Doc. Oh, who grabbed that? You got it, Doc. Nice timing. So we just implemented this new thing in the stream, Therapy, where you guys get to control these little characters, and you guys can do all kinds of actions. You can buy items with the tokens that you guys already have to customize how they look, all kinds of stuff. Let me bring these guys back into the stream real quick. But yeah, they dance when there's like new subscriptions or follows or anything like that. And yeah, it's just a neat little way to be interactive with these guys. The only thing you have to do to keep them here is if you're a follower and or you're a subscriber and you've talked in the last 10 minutes, then the characters appear here. Don't run away from my hug, Spider. So cute. And when you chat, you get little chat bubbles over your avatar, which is neat. And I'm not sure how the points work, but you can duel each other, and I think maybe the person that loses a duel might lose a couple tokens and the other person gains them. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's cool. Okay, we didn't check these buildings down here, did we? Wait, this isn't our boat, is it?
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
Where's Betty?
Besides, the woods rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
There's nobody here to
Seems
take care of it.
short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Now, you streamed this game before, didn't you, Therapy? This island looks exactly like the island I was on. We've all been saying how pretty this game is, Therapy, and those pictures that you posted on Twitter, Therapy, were amazing. That place was fantastic looking. See, thank you for the hug. I feel warm and fuzzy. It's chilly without the skin. Are you a skeleton as well, Spider? No, that's just the scurvy. Ew. Nice, we are skeleton brothers.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor.
Oh, there's like little railroad tracks.
Nowhere to be found.
I'm a purple plague doctor. Oh, with your avatar? That's so cool. I see we streamed it. I see you're still in the beginning. Yeah, we just got started. Well, I guess it's been like an hour and a half now.
Where do
But
these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
The graphics in this game are fantastic, though. I really like it. Very pretty. So I tried to check out this building earlier, and it wouldn't let me. I guess I can't get in there, really. Also, I'll post a pic of something in the Discord to look at in the end. You'll appreciate it. Ooh, is it related to this game or something else?
What
Okay.
if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't it just be awful? Why, I'd be a murderer.
I can see that a little bit, Pepper. Kind of like a more colorful Skyrim. Okay, so this direction looks like it goes... is that the back of the church up there?
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Dangerous.
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of
See you soon,
adventure,
Therapy.
old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
I said for traitors.
Such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What
Let's
now?
go find out.
We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
It was locked. Although, I think this game is doing a really fantastic job of pushing me in the right direction. I think I just missed something, is my guess. Most games let you run around blind, unsure what to do next, forever until you look it up in a guide. Because I feel like I already tried to get into the general store, but since they straight up told me, oh, we should take another look. Oh, check that out. Bird's trying to get in. What's going on here? This is new.
Lizzie, come here.
Oh, is that her hat?
It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty?
Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat?
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat.
I think it's a
Lizzie.
hat.
I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Ooh, he's growing a pair. He went from not even to walking into a house that he didn't own to now he's just going to break in. Alright, kick it open. Or is he going to do a window? She's going to pop out of that box, huh? I hope not. That'd be terrifying. Oh, he can open the window. Maybe. No? How about these windows? I don't know that he's a detective. He's coming back here to look for his sister. He got a letter from his sister. I wonder if we can go back and read it, just as a, see, do you grab a rock? Oh, that might be a good idea. Maybe we could smash it open. Before we try that, is J for journal. I think we can maybe go back to the letter we read. Here we go. Just for a little recap. This is from our sister. Dear Mr. Hardin, I hope this letter finds you well. My husband Johan and I received your letter from July 9th. We would like to extend an invitation to visit our home this October. Do not worry about being an inconvenience, as we have only one child, our daughter Ruth, and plenty of room for a visitor. We were troubled to hear of your sister Elizabeth's disappearance. Unfortunately, I have no news to share, nor do I believe she's landed in Gravik yet. We have made inquiries and shall send you another letter if there's word. I'm certain she's all right, however, and that's simply been delayed on her journey. In regards to your travels, I'm afraid there's no longer a ferry from Osland to Gravik, so you will need to find your own transport across the fjord. When you arrive, you'll find our farm on top of the hill. There's a road from the landing and up past the general store. Our farmhouse won't be hard to see. It's the largest house in the island. Please write again when you've settled on your travel plans or receive word from your sister. My husband and I very much look forward to seeing you this October. Yours faithfully, Anne. We're calling her Betty, I think, or was Betty our sister that's their daughter? I'm not sure. Let's see, I was thinking the dynamic between the girl and the protagonist was apprentice-master sort of thing, but I guess not. Yeah, I don't understand what their relationship is. It's definitely not a daughter, because they wouldn't talk to us like that. And why would you bring just a friend on a trip like this, you know? I think there's something going to be very mysterious about her, about Lizzie. Okay, so maybe there's a rock that we can use to smash this open, you were saying? Or something to break it? What's this down here? Oh, that's a watering pail. Oh, there's two more windows over here. I missed these before. Gotta be... Oh, this one's open.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It's behind door number 5.
It won't budge.
Don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
I think Lizzie... The twins were... like that. The woman that invited us here, she was one of the twins, I believe. And she also married a twin. I think that's who it is.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my,
Careful.
Teddy. You're such a sap.
I could see that journalist kind of look, yeah. She's also always going into places before us. But notice she never actually opens anything. Actually, I don't think we've ever seen her interact with anything. She only follows us. And she seems to go ahead and appear right when it's convenient.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Oh,
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say?
I think it says
Barn murder?
traitor.
Someone murdered a barn?
Barn murderer.
Barn means child, and mortar, that's...
Child murderer.
Child murderer.
Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Holy
Probably
crap.
the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Is that going to be what all those graves were at the church? Well, if we're going to rob the place, we might as well check the cash register. Ah, $6? Never mind.
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way? Why else keep a list of undesirables?
I was about to say shit list. Some of those I can't quite read, but I do see John or Johann Frederick and Anna Frederick. So those are the people that invited us to their farm. So they were on this traitor list. Okay, I'm starting to get the words. That one that starts with an F, like forwarder, that's traitor. Barn murderer is child murderer. Oh, look at all the good booze. That's alcohol abuse. Let's say bingo. Is this a barn? Or a general store? Or a, what would you call it? Like a bar or something. I think somebody said it was German, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Get some fresh air in here. A little scared of what we're going to find in here. Ut av drift. What does that mean?
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
Pics are posted. We'll check it out at the end of the stream, Janie. Thank you.
S-O-S.
So this is what you would use to do Morse code, but it's out of order.
Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Oh, cool. You did some changes to yourself. I'm excited to see. Let's see, Frederick, or whatever his name was, does indeed sound quite German. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do you know if it's all in German for the most part, Janie, or what language it's in? Oh, a Halloween costume. I'm excited. I love Halloween. I'm not sure what I want to be yet.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
Wish.
It's from Simon. Jai put it means I put. Nurkel is key.
I put
Casa.
key.
I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
In Spanish.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
In Spanish, casa is house. Maybe he put the key in the house? Let's see, the game is set in Norway, I believe. We did see a Norway flag, Doc. So that could be it. So, what? Do they have their own language? Is it Nordish or something? I'm not entirely sure. It is Norway. Welcome back, Therapy. Till Simon. Oh, to Simon from Ruth. Yeah, I think that's everything in there. Norwegian. Nordic, what did I say? Norwegian, yeah. That's right. That sounds much better. All right, I think we've looked at everything. They actually have even 2 languages. I know China's like that, where they have different dialects of Chinese.
It's been cut. Why?
To remove someone from the picture.
The traitor.
That's just rude.
It's from the opening of the mine in 1897. That's Frederick, Johan's brother.
And the boy could be the younger brother who died.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
I think this is Mandarin Norwegian. Nice. I remember, what was I watching? You guys ever seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Remember when I got that on DVD and I was trying to put it to like some Chinese? Because I prefer the words to like match the mouth and read subtitles. When it's like Godzilla and they're like talking, oh no, we need to hurry. That just bugs the crap out of me. So I remember when I had the DVD, when I first got it, way back in the day, I tried putting to like Chinese something, and it was still off, and I was so confused. I didn't realize that it was a different version of Chinese dubbed over it. You had to pick Mandarin, I think it was. Or Tech! Holy cow, dude. Okay, so that means we get to bring back the stream avatars briefly. The raiders are here! Run! Run away! Where's Betty? Joshzilla, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid, Ortec. How's it going? You played this game before, Ortec? This is my first time playing this game. Give you a quick shout out real quick. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. How you been doing? What have you been doing? What were you streaming? So we actually just added something to the new stream here that you saw. They were probably all dancing just a second ago, but yeah, all these little characters here represent people currently in the stream. If you're following, subscribed, or just an active chatter in here, you appear right here. And you get to use the points that you earn in the channel to like customize them. You can do some cool things, get hats, different outfits, change the color. Legend of Mel, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. So you were playing Resident Evil 4. That is such a good one. You know, I always go back and forth on what my favorite Resident Evil game is. 2, like the original 2, was one of my favorites for a long time. And then Resident Evil 4 was like right up there. And then 5, 6, and all those in between ones, nothing blew me away. 7 in VR. 7 in VR was the scariest Resident Evil game, because when you're in there, it's just so much more intense. So I really enjoyed 7, although it didn't exactly feel like a traditional Resident Evil game. It was still really good. And the remake of 2 was really fantastic. So I'm like 2, 4, and the remake of 2 are like neck and neck. It's hard for me to choose. I'm a diehard RE. Oh, and the remake of 1. The remake of the original was fantastic. Resident Evil 0, it's good. It's not one of my favorites, but it's good. I'm a diehard RE fan. 3 is your favorite. So, Miss... Oh my, I'm going to destroy that. Miss Doku Roshovel-chan. Probably killed that. I apologize. What would you like me to call you? Shovel-chan? I like that. Miss Chan. Okay, perfect. So 3, do you think they're doing a remake of... I just saw a bunch of people get bombed. I need to watch the stream over here so I can see what you guys are doing. So number 3, I heard they might be doing a remake of that one, just like they did number 2. Are you excited for that? What do you think? See, my little guy looks exactly like me. Where are you in there? Find you. Oh, there you are. You mean just pale white therapy? Dude. Except the hair. The hair's different. Let's see, can you find me? Looking at the names. Actually, I think there's a pile of people right underneath the chat. I think you're there. But you need to separate. Oh, there you are. Oh, you have like a dog head? And is that a gun that you have? Like a golden gun? That's really cool. Unfortunately, my preview of the stream is kind of a smaller window, so it's hard for me to see the smaller details. I have 3 things I can look at. Chat, the notifications when people follow and raid and stuff, and the actual stream. So I have to adjust it so I can read them all pretty well, and unfortunately that makes the actual stream preview a little small. dog head. That's nice. Yeah, mine's like a skeleton, and I made Robocadia, our bot. This guy right here. I gave him a band hammer, and he has like a computer screen television head, which I think makes sense. That's cool. I have a flintlock and a plague doctor mask. Oh, plague doctor. I was thinking that was a dog head. Yeah, see, I can hardly see. It's like super tiny on my screen. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. That's a super long nose, yeah. Let's see, how do you customize them, though? I'm on my mobile phone now. On a mobile phone, it might be kind of tricky, Therapy. What you might want to do is bring it up in a browser, Therapy. And if you bring it up in a browser and you change it to desktop mode, so you can see like the normal stream screen, if you scroll below the stream, there's a panel that says, what is it? Stream avatars. And in that section, that's where you can buy stuff. There are ways to do it through chat, but I think it would be kind of confusing. Like if I do !shop, it gives you some ideas of the stuff that you can buy, but it might be kind of tricky. It's nicer if you can preview it on the screen. Let's see, I've been hearing about Project Resistance and had to do some beta testing, but I'm not excited about it. It looks rushed and poorly done. So what is Project Resistance? It's a Resident Evil, like, is it a brand new game or a remake for something? And I sit with a kitten. Aw. That's cool. These things are fun. Okay. It's a DBD-based Resident Evil game. What's DBD? I know DBH is Detroit Become Human. I'm not sure what DBD is. Probably shouldn't know this. Dead by Daylight. Okay, nice. Oh, so they mod the game to basically be like a Resident Evil game. That's pretty sweet. I never actually played Dead by Daylight. I know I should. I also have never played... Was that Friday the 13th that came out? I never did that one either. I don't do a lot of multiplayer games. I should do more. Here lies Spider. He died as he lived. A scurvy sea dog. Oh, poor Spider. Yeah, when you're the skeleton and you sit, you become a gravestone, which is awesome. So we're playing this game called Draugen, and we've basically come to this town to meet with some family. The whole town is deserted, and we're kind of going around house to house checking things out, and we've read some notes that there was like a mine and a lot of people died in there, and then apparently a lot of children were murdered, and some people have been writing traitor on doors, so we're not sure what's going on. Barnamordor. Yeah, that's child murderer, apparently. I'm not a translator, but that's what they told us. But yeah, it seems like a really interesting dark game. Oh, so Silent Hill all over again thus far. Actually, Jojo, earlier on in the game, it was super foggy, and I made that comment. It's like, are we in Silent Hill? Let's see, has Relentless surfed it from her mysterious break? She would have taught me so much more about... Wait, just a sec.
Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
You guys hear those
What else is
dogs?
in here? There could be more clues.
All right. Okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
The dogs are going nuts. I had to mute it for a second there. I'm not sure where Relentless is. It's been 3 streams since we've seen her, I think. I was going to give her about a week or so and then say, hey, are you alive? Everything okay? She is still online, though. I have seen her post on Twitter, so she's alive. Maybe she's just not doing Twitch right now. It helps to have someone translate the notes. Yeah. Luckily, he does a pretty good job. He doesn't know all the words. He knows some of the words. Ooh. Wait, what's in here? This is what they use to write that? Hope that's not body parts. Let's see, Untitled Goose Game. Let's see, look up. Have you seen Untitled Goose Game? I must get that game. I've heard of it, and I've seen a preview for it. I do need to play that game. It looks really funny. It's basically Hitman, but you're like an asshole goose, which is fantastic. Let's see, look further up. Oh, you've spoken with her. She's dealing with some stuff and return in time. Oh, Jeannie, well, thank you so much for the update. I'll have to hit her up just to say hi and, you know, make sure she's doing okay. But yeah, I totally understand. He won't go out the door. He only pokes his head out here. It's interesting. I guess I have to use the window to leave. What is she doing in here? So there's a note right here, and it says that I put the key in the casa. But we don't know what casa is in Norwegian. So it doesn't really give us a whole lot to work on. Let's see, I'm the mom friend. If you are late to something or missing, I will seek you out and make sure that you are okay. Oh, that's so cute, Janie. I like that. Also, a good friend. Yes. I usually give people a lot of space just because I know I'm one that likes a lot of space. So I usually would give somebody like a week. I don't always assume the worst, but then I start tracking people down. Do you want a hint? Well, Jojo was saying casa is basically a bowl. So let's kind of look around in some of the stuff here. Maybe there's something we could dig into. We can't leave, so it's definitely in here. Just seeing what might light up. Not in the cash register. Think like a collection plate. Oh, okay. Well, there's a wastebasket right there. No. But if it was a collection plate, that could be the church. There is a church in the game. I like how it makes sure you don't leave. Yes, this game has done a pretty good job of making me feel like I have freedom, but also gently nudging me in the correct direction so we're not wasting a lot of time, which is nice.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
Couple of
Listen to
months.
this.
Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Well, let's check this note again. Usually this is grayed out. Oh. No, we still can't do anything with it.
Casa.
Oh, casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
There we go. Cha-ching!
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house.
Of course, we get the cash first, right?
The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
So we're not going to take the money. There's nobody here. Nobody's going to miss it. This place is abandoned. It looks like Monopoly money, right? Okay, so now with this key, is this what we use to open up the door right here? There we go. There's the hat.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward.
It's
So,
interesting.
what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
Okay, what's interesting is there's two things. The scarf and the hat. When we found both of them and then we were like, oh, that's Betty's. She keeps saying, are you sure? Like, I don't think that's it. How would she be able to correct us, you know? Something interesting about her. And part of it makes me think some of this might be in our character's mind, you know? I mean, would it really be stealing? I mean, you could steal Monopoly money too. Honestly, who here has Monopoly set with all the original cash? It seems like every Monopoly set always seems to lose some of the cash, and eventually you just have a hard time playing anymore. It's like, oh, we don't have enough 500s or 100s. That's what we usually run out of.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar.
Crossed out.
Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead.
It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth.
Oh.
Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
And this is saying Simon did do it.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
So which one's Betty? I'm a little confused. We have
I guess
Johann
that
and Anne.
could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Johann, Anne, their daughter is Ruth, right? Betty is his sister. Okay, but how is Betty linked to the other two people? I'm not sure. Betty. Let's see. And you do still have all your Monopoly money, Spider? I'm impressed because you have 2 children, which I would have thought would have lost that money a long time ago. At least I knew growing up, we always seem to somehow lose our Monopoly money. Just because you're kids, you don't take care of stuff, you know? Pieces, too. We lose pieces, houses, hotels. What I love is, with like the classic Monopoly pieces, one of them is Gus. Actually a Scotty. It's so cool.
Up here.
Let's see, I have a Monopoly-like game called the Pensacola Business Game, and all the money is there. Well, as long as you have all the cash with one game, it's all good. I say they don't know how to play, and it's put out of reach. Well, there you go. That's why you still have all your money. I see, he says at the beginning that he suspects Betty was visiting the island. Okay, but... So, we don't know if his sister... Do we know if Anne and Johann are... Is that this guy's parents, maybe?
Charles, hard. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
I see, do not believe they are related. Okay, so these were like friends inviting us. I guess I assumed they were family, but maybe not. So it was like just friends invited us to the island. Like, hey, come check this out.
Come
Yeah.
on, it's an easy climb.
I walked
This
over
looks
here
very dangerous.
before.
You're a
Here we
big
go.
boy, start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this.
Poor Harry Potter. He has a hard time with physical activity.
Whoops-a-daisy.
I mean, he had to rest like 3 times just going up that hill. Let's see, did you read the letter in the house that this guy wrote to the owners? I think so, Therapy. The first house we went to at the barn, right? I'm trying to remember the details. But I can't think of what that might have... The house we're sleeping in. Yeah, I thought I read a note, but I don't remember what it told me about the relationships. Let's see, I believe he wrote... We wrote here looking for Betty. Okay, let me just double check that note real quick, just to kind of... Oops, wrong button. Just to kind of get the story straight. So this is the first note that we had. And we were troubled to hear of your sister Elizabeth's disappearance. Okay, so that'd be Betty. Elizabeth, Betty. Okay. So she disappeared. And she does not believe that she's been in Gravik yet, but we believe that she's there. Okay. Alright, and at this time their daughter Ruth was still alive, but they wrote this letter. How long ago was this? This guy is the physical embodiment of me, but smarter. You mean no physical activity? I've never tried rock climbing. I could probably do it. I exercise, but
What
I've
is
never
this?
really
Where
tried
little
it.
Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Grr. You brute. I love how she calls things. Coffee is noodle juice. Remember that. Yeah, August and October. So a lot has happened in a couple months, Therapy. Holy cow. Yeah, she really seems like part of your mind now that you mentioned it. Just a few ways in how she interacts with the world, in that she doesn't interact with the world. She's never opened anything. We always open the doors for her. We've never seen her like pick anything up. And she always is saying like, oh, I'll catch up with you later. And she kind of goes off and does her own thing, and then poof, she's there.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
There's nobody here to replace it.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
What's behind that rock?
I think there's something behind it.
Yeah.
Can you move the rock aside?
Is that a shoe? No. Looks like a doll outfit. Or doll.
It must be Ruth's.
Oh,
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin.
that's the save icon.
Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong in a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up.
We
Maybe
have
we'll find more clues.
interesting priorities, that's
Come
for
on,
sure.
old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath?
It's already running out of breath. Yeah, the way
Follow the
she
same
opposes
path,
everything.
Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
It could be like just our, I don't want to say conscience, but just something in our mind that we're fighting with.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean.
We don't know that.
Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Yeah, this isn't dangerous at all.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more.
Ouch.
She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
The harsh truth.
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
And she's gone.
I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
And that's another very good point. This is an independent game, I believe. It's not a huge budget studio game, so just the fact that it looks so pretty is impressive, but it would be hard to properly animate like a human body to do all those kind of things, so that's very possible that they just don't interact because it would be so much more money and work to actually animate it. That is a very good point.
Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something.
Like the kid.
Lissy? Are you there?
Oh.
Teddy.
My word. Look away, Lissy.
Is this what happened to the villagers?
Oh.
They killed themselves?
Didn't expect that.
One body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on.
This is the first
just
person we found.
ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been?
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell?
Okay, so he did it himself.
Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself?
Oh.
Sorry.
Our mother drowned herself?
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess.
Maybe he did it.
Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed
That's what I was
himself.
thinking.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
No.
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Doesn't have that nice beard.
There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
Chop
You're
him
just
down.
gonna leave him hanging?
Bury him.
You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
That was kind of cool.
As I was saying, what if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone.
Betty.
No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Betty. Marsha. Oh, look how she follows me. That's kind of creepy. Look at her head. I don't know that I like that. She's an owl. All right, let's take down the body. When is it Jan's turn? So I go away for a few minutes and come back to a hanging person. You see what you miss? See, what an ass, right? So sweet of her to mention his mother this time. Yes, that was a random time to bring that up, right?
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Well, you can if you use the chair. The hanged man was someone's Betty. Oh, that's a really good point, Janie. Oh, this is gonna be gross.
I'm going to be sick.
Do
I
it.
can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
It's also interesting that she calls us Teddy. You know, that almost sounds like something your mom might call you. And we just mentioned that our mother drowned. I wonder if she's some kind of like spirit haunting us based on that. Although she doesn't look like our mom. Let's see. Welcome back to Poking Dead Bodies Month with John Cadia. Well, what did we have before? We had dog, drug, and fun. And was it body poking fun? I think this is more of that. Yeah, there's something up with her, Syl. I'm not sure. It might be that she's kind of not a figment of our imagination, but something in our like mind, you know? I was thinking maybe because she never interacts with anything. She doesn't open doors. She doesn't touch anything.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
I think it was an accident.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry.
Give us a
Why
break.
don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck.
So where are you sleeping?
I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Okay, so I think I'm free to move around. Let's see, it's interesting to follow your thoughts. I had a lot of the same considerations when I played. Isn't that so much fun? That's one of my favorite things about watching someone else experience something like this, is you get to like see if they come up with new conclusions or if they follow your same train of thoughts, or maybe like me, they just seem like a total dumbass and they're completely missing the point of the game. You never know. Josh Zilla, thank you so much for the follow, dude. There's Jesse up there saying thank you. And of course, with the follow... Oh, I don't see them dancing. Oh, I see one person dancing in the very far corner. I think that's Spider Monkey dancing. I thought all of them are supposed to be dancing. I might have to fix that. Or maybe I wasn't quick enough to bring it up. I see John's first idea from what I got was she's part of our mind. His second now was just a spirit. And just now, shouldn't she be drinking tea soon? Mm-hmm. She's not drinking any tea. Oh, you were hovering, Spider Monkey. Okay, I thought you were dancing. Yeah, we're the only one having tea, or as she calls, noodle juice. Maybe she doesn't like tea. I mean, it could be spirit related or part of our mind, but the fact that she calls us that nickname, kind of interesting. I think that might be related to our mom somehow. Let's see, how do I dance? So I'll let you guys do it real quick, but if you type, it doesn't cost any points. Everybody, if you type ! Dance, all of your characters will dance right now. Let's see, fair enough. Once again, they could be, they don't want to animate it. That's true. That is very true. See Janie dancing right now. I love it. That character with that mask on is awesome. And somebody dropped a bomb. Oh, you blew up. Doc, you blew me up. Nice. I saw my character fly off the screen. That's so cool. Now, supposedly when there's like a new follower or a subscription and a few other things, all of them start dancing at once. So I like to cut to that right when that happens. Oh, wait, you're attacking? We can watch that real quick. We'll get one attack in. Spider Monkey's still there. Stab. So if you look at the very bottom right, oh, you just knocked him right off, right off the world. Nice. That was cool. Ah, here's a note we have not read yet.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes. And it's adorable.
Weird.
Keep reading.
I really
Not
shouldn't.
adorable.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason.
So the mine incident has to do with treason.
He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Dang
Margaret
it.
reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
It's weird. He was a skeleton, Janie, so he might still be able to mutiny. Treason in the game, mutiny in the chat. Mass hysteria. Cats and dogs living together. It's dark times we live in. What have I done to the chat? One thing I love about this thing that we've introduced, though, is it's going to keep building over time, which is fun. This is just the first time we've been able to mess with it. Oh. How did she get in front of me? I didn't even see her walk over there. Yeah, I could not sleep after burying a corpse like that. I can't even imagine. Like, I've never had to bury a body, so I don't even know what I'd be going through right now. So we're just kind of exploring right now. Although we've seen these rooms before. Place hat.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
The way she hovers around me also makes me think she's like right up here. I have burned many. You get used to the smell. Ew, spider monkey. I mean, I've attended funerals, but never seen the body being buried. I've seen the body being lowered in the casket, but I've never had to like physically touch a dead body and like move it. That would be a lot more affecting, I think. Especially if it's somebody you knew. He didn't know the guy, but it would still be affecting. Yeah, closing the casket. If anybody's buried a body like with their bare hands, might have to report that. That could be bad.
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in.
What is with this mirror? It like doesn't even work until you get within 3 inches of it. See, I buried my cat once. I cried all evening and just slept because of exhaustion. Oh, therapy. I'm so sorry. I've never had to physically bury a pet like that. That must have been really hard. My dogs that have passed away, my mom always took care of that, and she usually did it without me even knowing. She's a lot stronger than I am, probably. I would have been bawling having to bury any dogs. See, my first
Quite
pet
the day,
death
huh?
really messed with
I'm
me.
ready to pass out.
First is probably the hardest.
Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlins arriving.
Last time we went to sleep, some bad juju
And I'll keep
happened.
my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Shh, there's ghosts. It's okay. Now, see, my mother used to deal with them. I think she is a nurse. Worked with the elderly a fair bit. So for her, it was, I don't want to say second nature, but she was used to handling some harsh stuff, you know. Day 3. My mom is just as tough as they come. Is it going to be Silent Hill again? Last time we went to bed, it was like Silent Hill outside. No? It looks pretty clear. So far, so good. No creepiness. Oh, let's just touch this. That's normal. Oak. Waiting for that thing to do something. Let's see, I'm worried about dealing with my pet dying at some point. Pretty sure it's still in its early years, but still, thought. What kind of pet do you have, Pepper? Yeah, these 33 pups right here, I can't imagine what I'll do losing any of them. That's going to be, it's going to happen, but it's going to be a rough time. And Andy's, she's going to take it even harder than I will. It's going to be intense. Let's see, the first pet I had that died, my parents called me at a sleepover to tell me that they had found our cat, Sam, in his bed on my bed crying. He had a blood clot and lost blood flow to his back half. I cried when we went to sleep, and my two best friends cried with me all while the others slept. That's really good, two friends. That's really cool of them. I'm surprised you didn't just try to go home or something, or your mom didn't pick you up. That must have been really hard. We did. We looked in the mirror right before we went to bed. We didn't look in the mirror again in the morning, though. You gotta get real close to see anything. There we are. Harry Potter. You know what? I didn't look closer, though. I wonder if it does something if we zoom it in. Oh, I can't press the... Oh, there we go. Imagine jumping into a stream, and this is all you see. You're just like, and I'm out. Let's see, they had to call my friend's phone to get a hold of me. I'm not a crier, and I'm tearing at the thought right now. Oh, I miss. Pets are so awesome. I think he did have some scars. Yeah, I could tell. Which is funny because he seems to be very adverse to any kind of physical anything. But, you know,
Teddy? Is that you?
accidents
I'm
happen.
upstairs.
The hell is she doing upstairs? I thought we were telling her not to go up there. Hold on. I just gotta draw something real quick. I love this. No rush. Maybe that's why he's adverse to activity. Very true. And that's another thing we can do. With these guys out, you guys can actually hug each other with the avatars. With exclamation point hug. While we're drawing, you know. Let's see, I take that back. 4 bodies. 2 grandmothers and grandfather. Or you could bomb each other. That's always possible. 2 grandmothers and a grandfather at home and father in the hospital. I remember your dad passed not super long ago, Spider. That's so rough. My grandparents have passed away, but none of my immediate parents. Hug requires a valid target. You can't hug everyone, therapy. That's so funny. Everyone is a valid target, Robocadia. Valid target. Robocadia is an android sent from the future to mod all of us. He has no soul. He has no mercy. Hug requires valid target. Actually, I gotta use a voice for that. Hug requires valid target therapy android. You cannot hug everyone at once. Something like that. Okay. I think you guys had time to get your hugs out. So I don't know if it matters how long you draw for. That's what group hugs are for. I know. We can try. Maybe we can program a group hug into this application. I'm not sure. You can create custom actions. So we can look into that. Oh, he plays piano. I love those voices. Wait, I gotta make sure now that you're saying that, did I actually turn it off or am I still talking like a robot? Test, test. Oh, Draugen Waltz. That's what this game's called. That's great. Hug requires target. All right. I think we looked at everything in here. Yeah, it's not... I wouldn't say this game is straight up horror, but there is a deep feeling of like unease and unsure of what's going on. Oh, this is Ruth's room. Piano music at night with a proper horror movie setting and in an old mansion in an abandoned island. Come on. with child murderer written on walls. Oh yeah, that doesn't come to life and kill people. Sure it doesn't. There's everyone at church. Look how angry that guy is. Oh, that's sad. You can see the two dads upset at each other. I did warn you about the combat. This game can't have combat, does it? Oh, this is her opening like a treasure. Yeah, Draugen, I like the music too. This is cool. We're getting stories through their drawings as the two dads arguing. There's... Could this be Teddy? That's not why we're called Teddy, is it?
This is her
Oh my
room.
god, where'd she come from?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a
Alice's
perfectly
room.
happy life.
Good
and
callback.
then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
It's fun watching her expressions change.
There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes.
You know, the depth of field is one of my favorite things in this game. They do a really good job with it. See, I want to keep watching, but I want to get this sometime and play most of this blind. That is a good plan, Josh. Yeah, if you want to play this, you definitely don't want to spoil the whole game. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. Have a fantastic night. So glad you got to join us for a bit, and hopefully we'll see you next time. We're not going to finish the game tonight, obviously. I got about 30 more minutes, but we'll get as far as we can tonight, and we'll finish it up Thursday, and then I get to stream late Thursday, so then we'll swap back over to the creepy Manabadan and finish that up too.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
So now we can actually interact with these. I couldn't before.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet. She was 8. This must be the village church.
Very primitive.
That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Oh, that's interesting. It's not even just the two families, but their friends and stuff. Oh, Therapy, you heading out? Thank you so much for joining us, Therapy. Always good to see you. And thank you so much for the subscription. That is way too generous of you. Have a great night, and we'll be streaming super late on Thursday. So I hope to see you again then. But good luck at work. I hope that it goes very smoothly for you. Bye. Oh, Purple Julesy, thank you so much for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yes, bye, Therapy. Have a great day at work. All right, I want to see him, like, totally trash every one of these 8-year-old drawings.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
We're going to the
something
mine.
important enough to draw.
Looks like she found the, what is that? The Holy Grail, maybe? Mine.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Let's see, I feel like Lizzie is too kiddish to be part of Teddy's brain. Purple Julesy, that is a very good point. I didn't really think about that because he is so analytical about everything and like very... I don't know, he doesn't seem to have any imagination. Just having that as like his counterpart doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I can't wait to find out. That's an interesting looking rabbit. There's a bear holding a pig. That's where she does her drawings. And you're right, that bed is so small. Let's see, maybe it's supposed to be basically an antithesis to him. And Bear Pig? Is it Bear Man Pig or Man Bear Pig? It's been so long since I've watched that episode. And that thing is still creepy. Okay, I think that's everything in this room. Nope. We're missing something. Oh, there's something on the floor.
Ruth never finished this.
Wait,
What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Banelson.
I don't remember that word.
Curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be?
Oh.
It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew,
Is that it right there?
it looks like this box under her desk.
Really?
Don't do it.
Let me see. Pull it out.
It's cursed. Back. I did it. Legion of Mel, you did what? What do you mean? Let's see. I got no idea. I don't even know where the reference comes from. Oh, it's from South Park. There was an episode of South Park where I want to say it was not Bill Clinton. Who was his vice president? Al Gore. Al Gore was like the main part of that episode. And he was trying to get people to... I forget the plot. I think he was trying to like distract people from something that was important, you know? So he made up this man-bear pig. Almost like a Bigfoot kind of character, you know, like something that was supposed to be real dangerous and nobody's seen it before, but he knows all about Man Bear Pig. It was like a big distraction. It was super silly. Let's see. You recorded the guitar part of your composition you've been working on for 3 years. Hell yeah, Legion of Mel. That's awesome. And I don't know if you like to share that kind of stuff, Mel, but we have a Discord channel if you want to join it. That'd be really cool if you could post that in there. I like it when people put like artwork, mostly drawings and stuff people have done, but Therapy Android has actually posted quite a bit of music in there, so that'd be cool if you could share it. But that's awesome. Congratulations on finishing that. Oh, and Pepper, thank you for linking that. I need a button on here on my Streamlabs so I could do that quickly. It's hard for me to tab out of the game and do that very easily. We're going to open up a curse.
What is this?
Oh,
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
it's that same
Is that
pin.
Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
This belongs
Looks
in a
like
museum.
Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
Meh.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny
I'm
toys.
surprised she didn't show her parents,
Wait.
though, you know?
The pin
Like, ooh, look at this.
on the doll.
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
To try to get the treasure? Wouldn't kill her, you just steal it from her, right?
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
Come
You
on,
say that like it's a bad thing.
Teddy.
Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The heck?
Church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble.
We see the church?
I need to get to the church right
Oh,
now.
it's way over
Wait,
there.
isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything.
Dinner
Come on.
time.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Okay, so going to a church that's boarded up, that sounds like a creepy idea. I kind of want to check the rest of the house. Will the game let me? Probably not. Put it in there. Awesome, Mel. Thank you. I look forward to checking that out after the stream. Here we go. And actually, Therapy Android wrote some music for the stream. I've been using creepy music recently, but for a long time we had her music playing at the beginning and the end of the stream. I love having friends that are so much more talented than I am, because I can't do that kind of stuff. Another super small bed. Okay, not even just the width, but look how short that is. Like, you'd have to be 4 feet to fit in that comfortably, it looks like. I'm 6'1". That ain't happening. Although, honestly, I sleep on a portion of the bed. We have a California king bed. The portion I sleep on is about that small. Because by the time I get in bed, my wife is in the middle, and all 3 dogs are also in spots of the bed. 2 of them are usually in my spots, so I have to take Gus, move him in between my legs, take Jessie, put her on the side of my pillow, because she's usually on my pillow, and then I kind of like sardine myself into the bed, and that's where I sleep. See, I feel bad not being able to post anything in art channels because all my art is writing. I'm a writer. Well, Janie, we do have, we created a channel for poetry. I don't know if you do any poetry, but that would be a cool place. But if you want to do like writing, we can totally just change the name of that channel just to writing. Make it more generic, because then you can put poetry in there. You can put like stories, all kinds of stuff. That'd be awesome. My poetry makes fish try to drown themselves. It'd be very difficult. Alright, well, writing would still be cool. See, I know a guy who writes and streams. He posts his blog once in a while. You could do that. There you go. Yeah, drown themselves in air. Oh, we can't get out this way. This is just a balcony. Yeah, the guitar part you just finished. So, are you gonna do the rest of the instruments as well, Mel? Or how many instruments do you play? I don't think we read this, did we? I think I missed this. August 3rd, 1923. This morning I had lemon juice and hot water with no sugar instead of tea, or noodle juice. I also had half an apple and a dry toast. I've been gaining weight lately. I read about this diet in the paper. It's apparently very popular in London. But I am dreadfully hungry and crave fried eggs and sausages. So this is August, a couple months before we got here. August 4th. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johann. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Hardin of Hanover, Massachusetts. That's us. The letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Hardin received our information from the Elzend police when he requested a contact in Gravik. I do wonder why they gave him Johann's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us, and I'm better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Mr. Hardin inquired about his sister, Elizabeth Hardin, who's traveling on her own. Apparently, she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. It sounds wonderful. So his sister that we're missing, Betty, is a journalist. Okay. Wait, the sister is a journalist. And you were saying that you think Lizzie kind of seems like a journalist. So Elizabeth can totally be Betty. Elizabeth can also totally be Lizzie. Alright. Okay, his sister has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling the world on her own. She sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. I'll write Mr. Hardin today. Johann is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Hardin to stay here, if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik. Our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. August 5th, 1923. This morning I had a boiled egg and buttered toast. after Johann told me I was being silly and that I do not need to lose any weight, seeing as we're not in London and no one cares. That is a fantastic point. All right, let me catch up real quick. Let's see, they drown themselves in air because they want to get closer to your melodious poetry. Exactly. Let's see, you still have to do the drums, piano, and the kalimba part. Let's see, the kalimba part will start Thursday, and I'm learning the instrument for the song. I don't even know what a kalimba is. Like, what type of instrument is that? The drums, I know that. Piano, I know that. Not a kalimba. We have to be quick. What's this random book? I'm really glad that we read this because I think I might have picked something up. I mean, I could Google it, but you know how it is. Honestly, you guys are like my built-in Google when I'm streaming, just because it's basically the game stops for a few minutes if I try to like look something up. I see it's an instrument like a xylophone. That's so cool, and you're gonna learn it just for this song. All right, we're booking into the church, and that'll probably be a good place to wrap it up. It's called a hand piano. I'm definitely gonna YouTube it later to see what it sounds like. Okay, there it is up on the hill. What's interesting is I haven't spent a whole lot of time on this island, but I feel like I already have a pretty good idea of how everything is laid out, which means I think they designed like the topography of this place really well. Like it's easy to get around. Like I know this is the church, that opposite corner is the mine, and the center is the house. I mean, it's not big, but it just flows really well. Let's see, your girl just started playing the xylophone. That's awesome. That probably means you're leaving us on a cliffhanger, as always, as any good show should do. Keep you coming back for more. Okay, I don't like that. It's still boarded up. Guess that's a good thing. But who's ringing the bell?
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty...
I'd know.
But...
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really starting to grate.
I think she's Elizabeth. I come back for more John and doggos. Janie, you are the only one that says that. Everybody else comes for the doggos, and then the random occurrences of Andy, and then all my failures, then the game, and then me. We had like a whole tier system earlier.
No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
So we can get in there. Now we can actually touch the
Who
boards.
did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Oh, look at that depth of field, like how it blurs it out nicely, but when I zoom in, we're probably going to be able to see something. Maybe. Oh, maybe I have to... Oh, I have to remove this. There we go. Nice try advertising the depth of field. Dang it. There we go.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
I know, that was a failure. Okay, so how the heck do we get to the bell?
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
There we go. I mean, the boat was rotted. Why couldn't we rip these off? He does lose his mind a little bit when he talks about Betty, doesn't he?
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward.
Kind of
Didn't
changes
think
his
you had it in
demeanor.
you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone.
Wait, is
There
this
are only ghosts here.
is this the rope for the
There are
bell?
no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
I like how she says it. I don't know about that. You're a ghost.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
We do
They
see
must
her
be
walk.
here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
All right, let's ring that bell. I didn't hear footsteps. I did hear creaking. But I don't think I heard footsteps.
I don't like that sound.
I heard something open.
Please stop.
Lizzie. Look.
Oh, this is Betty's gloves.
Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail
Really good
for me to
textures.
follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a
Betty
labyrinth.
will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Betty. Look at that face. There's a note behind you. You move, Betty. I'm trying to get over there. I can't reach it. Let's see, I don't think she's the one who's sending those messages, and me neither. I pull it again to make her mad. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Do it.
Stop it.
It's a very spider monkey thing to do.
What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Alright, let's check out this book. Oh, there's like hardly anything in here.
That bell still bothers me.
Didn't you say it was the wind?
I guess it could have been the wind.
Once you eliminate the
Didn't.
impossible, etc., etc.
I didn't hear a door closing. I mean, in here, I don't think there are any doors that can close, are there? Okay, that's creaking. I just heard it again. That's the wind, I think.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Uh-oh. Only one name.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
Oh,
I
we
don't
saw
think the
some of those
missing
books.
pages left the church. Look.
Still
How many
only one
pages are
name.
missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
I saw this one already.
I wanted you to find that one.
Let's
I
see
know
if we
what
can
a
find all of
rotten
them.
loser you are.
What are you doing?
Oh, there's
We're
one
in
right
a
here.
church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in...
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
Why don't you get it? Because you can't touch things, maybe? Hey, Linz, how's it going? Good to see you, Linz. How are you doing tonight?
Just one more page missing.
There's a mess here. What is
I
this?
considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it.
Was that wine that was
This
knocked
was
over?
an act of desperation and anger.
Because she doesn't want to. Leave her alone. Oh.
They considered this a sacred
Oops,
place.
didn't mean to click that twice.
For them to destroy it.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
Touche. Leave Brittany alone. Leave Lizzie alone.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document.
There's something underlined here.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Let's see, I've been here since the start of the stream. I'm just tired, but I refuse to rest until the stream's end. Oh, Linz, thank you so much. Actually, I do remember, like, at the very beginning, I saw you chatting, I think. But no worries at all. Thank you for hanging out for so long. You will get rest very soon, because get rest too. I just wanted to wrap up this church scene. This will probably be a good breaking point once we're done here.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
Speaking of, what is this guy going for down here? Is that normal? Yeah? 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 Alright. Maybe it's just me. Was this... Oh, here's the last page.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy, old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
He
Oh,
wants the
horse
Jesus
feathers.
tea.
Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Betty, Bitty, Bitty, will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying... What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language.
I don't think we could read it.
He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
I would very much like to forget you said that. You just need one of those Men in Black flasher things, Pepper. Just gone. I want to know about that curse. The division is more realistic.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division.
This is about the mine accident.
Tilly Verandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They
don't
were
know what we were
close
talking
friends
about.
once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us.
I want to know what happened in the mine.
Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
So it wasn't just the treasure that was a curse. That was everything there. Alright, so let's put the 4 pages back in this book and find out if our Betty died here. She wouldn't have been on the island for very long.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
Betty?
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
I don't see any Betty or Elizabeth yet. Oh, this music is creepy. Here's all the
Look here.
deaths.
Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father?
That's what Mord means.
Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition.
Hey, Therapy,
But
welcome
something
back.
changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse?
Or
does that word say?
everybody started killing each other.
Next to those names at the bottom.
Traitor.
People just started mass murdering each other after the kids died.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name.
It's all question marks there.
Alice. What if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty.
It doesn't mean she's...
She's not dead. She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty.
Crap.
Betty's still alive.
Why didn't it have anything?
Where are you going?
Oh, Therapy.
Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be.
They
here,
need to
Betty.
dance for a moment.
I'll never forgive you.
Happy birthday, Janie. Where's our dead? Where's dead Ruth? Or dead Betty? Our dead sister.
This one. It's
Oh, this is the freshest one.
locked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
I will do the dance of my people. We need to dance with all the avatars to Georgie singing. Oh, that's not her.
It's not her. It's not Betty.
That's
It's not her.
creepy as hell.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
Desecrated a grave.
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
So
But I
rude to
have to be
throw
sure.
bits on the grave.
If Betty.
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Press F
Don't
for
talk about my
respects.
baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
See, she even said it.
Lizzie?
Us. You've been trying to find us.
Alice? Come back.
Lizzie, Betty,
Don't
Elizabeth.
Leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
What was she doing? Trying to prove that she was still alive? But he knew the whole time that she was dead, I think. I know, where's our ouch emote? You got the what emote? Or tragedy. We have a lot of, like, negative connotation emotes. Luckily, we got the Jesse heart. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we solve the mystery of Betty. Kind of. We think. I think we're done in the church. Let's see, how about some nat ones? So we're just gonna ignore that she's a ghost. I mean, I had my ideas, but we just willed her away, and he saw her disappear, so he knows. And he shouldn't be in denial anymore. This would be a great
I was afraid you'd left me.
ending point. Except I'm waiting for a save
Now listen to
thing. There we go.
me. No!
Oh, she's gone. Okay, this is probably a good spot to break, because I think it's just going to keep on going in probably a decent length waterfall of emotions and stuff until we go and probably go to the mine next, is my guess, and find out more about that. So it is after 10, so this is probably a good spot to break. I wish it had a save option, though, so I'm going to assume it's saved right after we made that discovery, but we'll see. I don't know when the last checkpoint was. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible if it saved right before that, because we can kind of relive that moment, too. Don't stop, it's a trap. You have to come back next time, Pepper. I will see you in 48 hours. Okay, so now, of course, when we go back here, there's one thing I wanted to try as we're ending the stream. Here, actually, the credit scene. This one. See, this is much better. This has Therapy's music, so it's just so much more calm and relaxing. Oh, and the pictures. That's right, Janie. Let me check that out. One thing I've learned from watching fails on Twitch, on like YouTube and stuff, of what happens to people, always look at what you're going to look at first. Don't show it on stream yet, just in case somebody does something, tries to show you something terrible. Not that I think you guys would, but it's always good to check. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, let me bring these up. You know what I should do is, I need to add a screen on here so that I can just bring up the whatchamacallit, my desktop very easily, so I don't have to switch scenes so much. There we go. You guys can see this. That is so cool. I love that. How is the mask? Is that mask easy to see in and breathe? When I wore my mask, I had some problems of it fogging up, which were tricky. That's so cool. Oh, and what's this on your hand? That looks really neat. The mask is awesome. It's working great. That's so cool, Janie. I love that. And real quick as well, are you still here? Let's see, let me get the name real quick. Mel said you were going to be right back. I don't know if you're here yet. If you don't mind, I was going to try to play your music that you posted on here real quick. Check this out. Ooh. Very relaxing. It's cool, and I think Mel wrote this music too. Makes me want to pick up a guitar again. Yeah, this could totally be video game music song. Like in the menu in the beginning. Or even like a credit scene. Or a Zelda dungeon. Nice. Let's see, you have the capability ×2. Well, I actually own 3 guitars, Spider, if that's what you meant by capability. But yes, I can. It's all about time. Just need the time. I need to make time to do it. 2 for show. No, well, they are up on the wall, but they're functional guitars. I have 2 guitars up on the wall in the arcade room that I have. So, before we go, check this out, guys. Whoever wins this is going to earn some points. Okay. I'm typing this right. The Battle Royale is starting. You know what, to do this, I'm actually going to go to a different screen real quick. So, it's almost like, you know, a Battle Royale game where a plane drops everybody in here. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but everybody basically battles to the death. And we get to watch them all go, which actually I'm going to change around my screen so I can see it a little bit better. There we go. Oh, Robocadia just died. For Sparta! Robocadia was the first one dead. So Janie's still around. Therapy's still there. Dr. Dynastic. Oh, Therapy just took one. Who else is there? Janie's there. Pepper's still alive. And Dr. Dynastic. Oh, I think you might be taking this, Pepper. Oh, look, I'm dead. Oh, it's Janie and Pepper, the last two alive. Boom! Pepper wins. So I think it should put in the chat, but I believe that you get some points for that, like the tokens that we use for everything. I'm not sure if it announces it in the chat, but it should have given it to you. Yep, you got 10 tokens. So 10 tokens is about equivalent to watching the stream for, what would that be, 600 minutes? A lot of time. Is that really how much it is? No, it's 10 minutes, 100 minutes. Yeah, 100 minutes, that's right. So like, hey, I can have my avatar hair now. Oh yes, yeah, you can do hair. Oh, you didn't have enough points. That's right, Pepper. Now you have enough points to do that. That's awesome. Yeah, you just need 25 to do an upgrade, which I think seems like a pretty fair amount. Let me know what you guys think. And also let me know what you think about the rules of the avatars. Like, the way I chose it was to do followers and subscribers. And you have to be active in the chat, which means if people are lurking but they're a subscriber, they might not necessarily want to be like thrown on the screen, so I think it's better to let them do their thing and not do that. Oh yes, your points. Let me go ahead and I'll do that right now. Oh, I got you here. So what was the previous name, Silhouettes? That might make it a little bit easier for me to search too. Spider Monkey, share the wealth. Holy crap, Spider Monkey, 500 bits. And that gives everybody in chat some new rewards. So you guys should have just gotten some new emotes from that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Spider, dude. All right. And I love that everybody's dancing because of your cheer. It's great. Doesn't matter what they were doing, if they were fighting, if they were dropping bombs, they stop what they're doing, dance for a while. Okay, so let me go to the leaderboard. Yes. So Silhouette, or Silliness was the first one, right? I think I'm able to search. Can I search in this list? Yes, I can. I'm just going to copy that. And now I have a hat. Nice. Did they have a pirate hat in there? If not, we'll have to create one. Okay, so Silliness. You used to have 249 points. So I am going to give that to your new name. There you go. So you should now have 249 points extra. And I'm going to find that old one and nuke it. Just because that doesn't even exist anymore. You like created a whole new, or not created a whole new account, but you renamed your account, right? Nuked. All right, 249, Silliness. Reset. So, not that it doesn't exist. And Andy's tokens, thank you for reminding me. So her old name was Andyland 28. There we go. So what did she have? 0 points. I've actually already done hers. Okay. So never mind. I thought I did, but I wasn't sure. She had told me I hadn't, but we actually already did hers. So she's up to date. Where is she in the leaderboard? Number 10. It's fallen down. Renamed. Yeah, when you rename, the bot can't figure that out. It thinks you're a brand new person, so it doesn't really transfer the points very well. So I also want to get your guys' idea. I want to create another thing that you guys could redeem if you guys have a ton of points and you want to spend it on something big. I mentioned this before, but I want to know what you guys thought of the point amount. I was going to call it My Turn to Pick, and if you redeem that, you basically get to pick the next game that we stream. We do it for one stream, at least a 3-hour stream, and it could be any game you want, within limitations. It has to be something that I own, or it has to be like $30 or less. I don't want to have a lot of these like expensive games coming out. Or retro games, those I can emulate, and that's usually not a problem. But we do a full stream of that, and then at the end of the stream, we do a vote, and we can see, okay guys, well, did you guys want to keep playing this game that was chosen, or do you want to go back to what we were playing, or what the next normal game we were going to play? I was going to make it 2,500 points. So if I made it that right now, currently 3 people could redeem it. But that's... I mean, it seems like a lot all of a sudden, but we never had anything like this. And it took these 3 people since March to earn that many points. So it's not very quick, you know? I'm trying to think of something that would be expensive, but not prohibitively expensive. If it was 1,000 tokens, that would be a problem with therapy, because if I did that, currently 14 people could choose it right now. So, I mean, if that happened... we might not play another normal game for quite a while, and it wouldn't take people a long time to really earn that many points necessarily. So I think the whole stream would basically be, what would you call it? People choosing what to play, which isn't bad, but I think 2,500 is a good thing to aim for. People have hit it. Like if I don't know if I can look at the top leaderboards, so I can look at what people currently have all time. There we go. Yeah, if I look at all time, 5 people have hit over 2,500, and there's at least 3 others that were very close to that. So 2,500 is probably pretty safe. Let's see. I'm the bomb. Dropping those bombs is so much fun. The bombs do cost a little bit of money, but not much. I made it real cheap just so it's fun. Let's see. I am dumb. How do I equip these things? So it's a little confusing, Silhouette, when you youth therapy, you currently have 2,068, or that was all time. Let me see what you currently have. You currently have 2,091, but you have been over 2,500 before therapy, so you could have done it. But I think you gave away a bunch of points too at one point. So to equip stuff, Silhouette, when you click it and it says you have to pay 25 tokens, when you buy it, just click the menu buttons again. Don't click the X, because what I was doing is I would buy it and then try clicking the X, but what the X does is it removes the item. So you just want to click on the item that you pick and then click the menu to choose a different option. Let's see. Sorry, I returned. I was plugging in my car. Oh, you have an electric car, Janie? That's really cool. It'd be nice to get a fancy electric car at some point. Not real soon, but at some point. I'm liking my muscle car right now. Yeah, hopefully that works still. I had the same problem. I was like, why does it keep removing it? It's because the X is if you want to get rid of it. Let's see, I'm in all the time. And that's another thing, is it kind of also promotes people lurking, which is fantastic. If people can't hang out, but they also want to support the channel, just hanging in here, they kind of will slowly earn tokens. Plus, if you're subscribed, you earn them twice as fast. It wouldn't take super long to get there. Good for desert trips. Buy then click. Well, only good for a desert trip, Spider, if you have unlimited data. Otherwise, just run it all out. That's terrible. All right, so let's see. So do you guys like these little avatar things? I thought it was really cool. And it looks like almost everybody in the chat right now has already customized it, which is fun. So yeah, we'll do more things like that. We can download new graphics for the items you can wear. We can even do new graphics for the characters completely. I just want to make sure they're all pretty consistent. I don't want these little characters like this, and then import a character from like Dragon Ball Z and he's like this big, you know? That just wouldn't fit very well. Let's see, if I pay 2,500 points, can we play Detroit again? That's the thing, is it doesn't matter what it is. If I own it, or if it's less than 30 bucks, I'll buy it and we just play it. So that is absolutely something we could do. But This was kind of a one-off thing for this game because Janie had told me it was her birthday like a few weeks ago and asked if we could play this game, and she mentioned that it was creepy. So I'm like, okay, we could do that for Horror Month. But in general, for any submissions, I think it's going to be, unless you choose a horror game, it should be after October. But then it'll be like normal. Anybody can pick whatever games. But I wanted to keep this game to mostly creepy games this month anyway. Mission Save Luther. And that's true. If it's a game we've already played like that, we can totally like try to do a certain playthrough, you know, like, oh, let's see what happens to this character, because I've only done it twice and there's still so much I have not seen in that game. I love Detroit. Let's see. Old electric one though can only go 60 miles before a charge. That's really ancient. So is that, it's not a hybrid, or is it a hybrid and this electric only works for 60, but you can do like a combination and get much farther with the electricity. Because man, I couldn't even get to work and back on 60 miles, I don't think. Right, so who's online right now? I haven't even looked. My face smells like latex from the mask. From 2013. Oh, it is fully electric. Nice. Good for driving around town then. So I want to post a picture in the Discord of me and Andy's Halloween costumes from a couple years ago. You guys will get a kick out of them. We were also plague doctors. So cool. I love those costumes. It was a lot of fun. All right, who is online right now? Oh, here we go. We have not raided Wolverine in quite a while. She's in here a lot, and she's actually playing a game I'm interested in. Have you guys ever seen Vampire? She's been playing that lately, and it's good for the Halloween style. I don't think it's super scary, but it's from the guys that made Life is Strange that we like. So it's got cool discussions and characters you get to talk to. Let's see, I better go to sleep before I get caught in another stream. See ya. Bye, Pepper. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. So let me get this raid started. Wolverine's really cool. She's in here a lot. Or should I say Wolverine 121582. I'm out. No spoilers. I feel ya. I'll be listening, but I won't, and chatting, but I definitely don't want to necessarily watch much of the story because I also don't want to spoil the game too much. So while the raid is building up, we got some shout outs real quick. Spider Monkey, thank you so much for the biddies. I think multiple times. No, you did biddies, and you also did like a tip, which I've never gotten a tip before through the stream elements. So that was really cool. Thank you so much, Spider. Therapy Android, thank you so much for the bits as well. And then Purple Julesy, Josh Zilla, Legend of Mel, thank you guys for the follows. And Ortec, and also Finrear, thank you guys for the raids. That was way too generous of you. You guys are all freaking awesome. Just the tip. I saw you put that as the text. Just the tip. Classic Spider Monkey. So guys, everybody, have a great evening. I will see you in 2 days on Thursday night. Remember, long stream. We'll finish this game, and then we're gonna hopefully finish Man of Medan. I'm super excited. I see. Thank you for the stream. I'll see you all next week because of my trip. That's right. A funny thing. Have a fantastic trip. Enjoy your 4 days at a conference, right? I hope you have a great time. Hope you learn a lot of good stuff and have fun with your friends. Thank you for the stream. Anytime, Silhouettes. Thank you for joining us again. It's been so long. It's been good to see you guys again. You guys are so cool. All right. I'm going to miss you guys. I'll see you in 2 days. Take care. Bye, guys.